Good evening, it's April 1st, 2025,
Okay.
and it's my pleasure and honor to be speaking with the humble hero, Mr.
Humble hero.
Yes sir, according to the paperwork the government sent me you are. Mr. Jeckovich, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You're looking well. In fact, we also nicknamed Mr. Jeckovich the Super Soldier. Super Soldier. He reads 3 newspapers in the morning, including the Wall Street Journal, with no glasses at all. He could shake your hand and knock you to the floor. He never took a prescription in his life, nor a vitamin. Mr. Jeckovich, did you drink liquor?
What?
Did you drink liquor?
No.
No. Never drank liquor or never smoked.
No.
So Mr. Jeckovich right now is knocking on the door of 100. Hear those in him. Knocking on the door of 100. So, you feeling good today?
Oh, yeah.
Did anyone pull any April Fool's jokes on you?
No.
I heard she...
Oh, yeah, Amber did, yeah.
What did she do?
Oh, what'd she say? Oh, she said she got married. I was stupid thing she thought. I said, what are you talking about? You got married?
That was your April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
She said, I got married. I said, how did you get married?
Amber Nicole Jeckovich is Mr. John J. Jeckovich's great-granddaughter. She's a full-time missionary. She surfs around the world. And she has a beautiful life. And all her spare time, which is like 4 days a week, she comes visit you.
Yeah.
What a nice girl. I guess that's the difference between other people being egocentric and not Christocentric. If you don't have the Lord in your life, you probably aren't going to be doing the things that Amber does. You probably won't be doing them. You'll probably be just living for yourself day by day, being selfish and eking away and living. But if you have Christ in your life, it's a beautiful situation and you treat others much better. Today being April 1st, 2025, it's the 4th week of Lent. And when we speak of the 4th week of Lent, we speak of Pontius Pilate. And many people overestimate politicians or governments being powerful, but they're truly not. Let me show you a short story about why Pontius Pilate was not powerful. When we think of Pilate, we may think of a powerful, high-ranking Roman ruler. That seems reasonable considering his name is known worldwide. The truth is, Pilate was one of the many governors in the Roman Empire assigned to a relatively small, non-prestigious post far from Rome. His power did not even extend over the whole of Israel. He governed only the southern part. Had it not been for his involvement in the crucifixion of Jesus, Pilate would be an obscure and unknown figure in world history. For example, who knows the name of his predecessor, Valerius Brutus? Nobody does. As it is, Pilate is now a household name. Every time we pray the Nicene or Apostles' Creed, we mention his name. So many of these so-called rulers, politicians, are all puffed up with their own self-worth. But generally, they don't have really the power that you might think. And the only reason we have Pontius Pilate as a whole household name, because he did a miserable thing, an immoral thing. He crucified Jesus Christ. So that's it. 4th week of Lent. 4th week of Lent. It's going by fast. By the way, Mr. Jeckovich said he blinked his eyes at 20 and you're 100.
Yeah.
No shit. It went by that fast. Wow. Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, a 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the United States Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. Yes, it is. Well, We have a lot of text questions we can try to get to later today. But how did your day go? Pretty well?
Yeah, good.
Your dinner?
And had there, yeah.
So Amber kept you occupied today, huh?
Huh?
Amber amused you today
Oh, yeah.
with those jokes. Yeah. She's off to Bible studies tonight, and she'll probably be by here tomorrow, April 2nd. April 2nd. Mr. Jeckovich was born in 1925, and he's now knocking on the door of 100. You hear those knocks?
Yeah.
Knocking on the door of 100.
Yeah, eternity, yeah.
Yeah. During World War II, Mr. Jeckovich was a teenager. He was shot by a sniper, beat up, stabbed,
Lost a hip.
lost a hip. Dirty bomb full of shrapnel and bolts and razors blew up, and he still has shrapnel in his leg right now. Trench foot and frostbite.
Oh, the transfer's bothered me, yeah.
Yeah, 80 years later, the frostbite is still pain every night. So even though it's been 80 long years ago, he's still suffering of being in World War II. Still suffering from being in World War II. We're doing a book for the second time. We're in the fourth chapter. And the fourth chapter is titled Passes to Owensboro. Do you want to do some reading yourself?
No, go ahead.
I'll need your dog tag number.
42965.
Okay, that'll open up the chapter. We have many texts about finances involving senior citizens. Well, the reality is you're a human cash register when you get to a certain age, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's 1,000 here,
Yeah.
10,000 there. And many people don't understand that. Or they're burying their head in their sand and don't realize how expensive it is when you get old. Very expensive, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very expensive. Or some people are just ignorant of the fact that they're ignorant and say, oh no, that's not true. Yeah, it's true and probably worse. I remember a couple weeks ago, a couple from Pennsylvania was in their 60s, retired, and they said, yeah, we got our house paid in full and we have $1 million in the bank. And they were kind of proud of that fact. They said, we have our house paid in full, I have $1 million in the bank. And I told them directly, I would not want to be you. I would not want to be you. They couldn't understand it. But let me lay out a couple examples. If you're retired and you have your house paid for, which is still, doesn't matter if you're retired or not, you still have real estate taxes, upkeep, everything around the sun that you still have to keep paying for your house. Your house is always going to be an expense. Miss a couple years in real estate taxes, you'll find out that you don't have a house. But that's not the discussion. The discussion is how much it costs to care for you. For example, if your knees blow out, didn't your knees blow out?
Yeah.
There it is. You jog for 80 years, you trade off good health, but your knees blew out. Once your knees blow out and you're living at home, you need one hell of a staff. Let's not misunderstand that. You need one hell of a staff.
The frostbite didn't help either.
And having frostbite didn't help either.
And then the knee that crushed.
Pardon?
When he parachuted out.
Yeah, he parachuted out too and hurt his knees.
The what?
Frostbite didn't help your situation either.
No.
And then when you hurt your knees in the World War II, but 80 years of running on the pavement, your knees blow out. Okay, so this couple, if their knees blow out, you're going to need a lot of help at home because now you need help cooking, using the bathroom, getting dressed, being pushed around in a wheelchair. And the list is very long. So for example, if your knees blow out and you're elderly, it'll cost you a minimum of $40,000 a month to just survive. That's not luxurious living. That's survival. Why cost so much? Okay, let's go through it. You'll need 2 people at all times to help you with the bathroom and take care of your well-being. And keep in mind, there's going to be 3 shifts, 8 hours a day, 30 or 31 days a month. And now you need backup employees because many of them will get sick, won't show up, and no one's going to work 7 days a week. So you'll need about 8 to 9 people helping you. But it doesn't end there. You'll need a cook. You'll need someone that knows how to really cook. So they make you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? You got to have a good cook. And then you'll need someone that does the driving. But the most important thing, besides all this, you'll have to hire a person that's responsible and intelligent to manage you, to manage this whole household. The manager has to make sure the workers come on time, make sure they're calling all the prescriptions that you might have, making your doctor's appointments, handling the financial. You have to have a full-time manager. A full-time manager. Managing the cook, managing the drivers, managing all the help. Because you just can't sit there alone and say, oh, they're going to come in. It doesn't work like that. You need someone on the ball, intelligent management person to oversee it. So very modestly, it's $40,000 a month. And that's not luxurious living. That's bare essentials. Then you still have to pay your food, your help, vacation for the help. It's a long list. It's a big, long list. So the person that said they had their house paid for and they have $1 million in the bank, 40 or 50,000 a month, in 2 years you're flat ass broke. So if you don't get any sickness, sure, you probably do all right. But if you get your knees blown out, you're going to pay the price. And you're going to pay every single month, right, Mr. Jeckovich?
Yeah.
You'll become a human cash register. And that happens to, I'd say, 90% of the elderly. And no one escapes. Everyone thinks they're going to escape from being old. You're not. Father Time will get you. Right?
Yeah.
Fucking Father Time is going to whip your ass. Now, Mr. Jeckovich is 100 years old. Look at perfect health he's in. It's amazing. But a lot of the families, a lot of retired people will say, oh, you forgot one thing. You forgot one thing. I have an ace in the hole. I have my family to care for me. I have my 2 sons and my daughter and my 2 daughter-in-laws. How did that work out? Doesn't.
16.
They're hiding out. And let me tell you why they hide out. They hide out because there's money involved and there's time involved. He's got one son and so-called daughter-in-law that lives right down the road. Haven't seen him in 10 years.
Yeah.
And also, they have kids. Haven't seen those grandkids in 10 years.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, when everything in the family unit is going fine and everyone's healthy, and you're going to picnics, you're going to movies, you're singing Kumbaya together, you're a great big family unit, hugging and kissing. But when reality sets in and some of the family members need help, will abandon you like a rat will abandon a sinking ship. They will abandon you like a rat will abandon a sinking ship. These relatives that have hiding out, we don't know really if they're dead. We don't know if they're in prison. We don't know nothing about them.
No.
Have you heard?
I haven't heard Jerry K for 10 years.
Yeah, we don't know. Are they dead? Are they alcoholics? Are they drug addicts? Are they in prison? We don't know. We don't know. But we do know they're not honorable people. we do know they're not honorable people. Many times when a man marries an undesirable lady, it ruins his life too. Because this happens all the time. A lady marries undesirable lady marries a man, and then she doesn't want him to take care of the man's mother and father, the man's anything. And if the dummy listens, he ruined his life. Remember, the 5th commandment is honor your mother and father. What does that mean? That means when your parents walk in the room, stand up. And never call your parents by their first name. And if your parents are wrong, don't say they're wrong. You might make a kind suggestion, but you don't abruptly say it. Stand up when they come in the room. Never use their first name. If you do not honor the 5th commandment, that's a mortal sin. I got news for you. Oh, I got news for you. It's not going to be fun. You'll go straight to hell. And now that you're hiding out and going to the beaches and eking away a living, you think it's good, huh? No, it won't turn out to be good. This man sent me a note that he wanted me to read out loud pertaining to one of his associates or friends that put his mother into an old folks home. It was a very interesting story he sent me, and the reason why I was reading this, it reminded me of his so-called, Mr. Jeckovich is so-called two daughter-in-laws, 2 sons that abandoned him, and 1 daughter that abandoned him. Let me read this story. This might be the future of those people. This is an interesting story this fellow sent to me. A son took his mother to an old age home when he visited her from time to time. Time to time visits, huh? Time to time. These people never did time to time. They're just fucking hiding out. Here it goes. Respect your parents. After his father's death, the son decided to leave his mother at an old age home and visit her on and off. Once he received a call from the old age home, Mom was very serious. Please come to visit. So the son went and saw the mom, very critical, on her dying bed. Now keep in mind this, a lot of these people that have no Christ in their life, they abandon their mothers and fathers, and many times what they do is they don't care for them, but they'll go on the dying deathbed and they'll put their face next to them and take a picture. They'll go for what's called the death shot. The death shot. They'll take a picture and they'll put it all over the internet. Oh, my mommy and daddy died. Oh, I miss them so much. Well, you're a compulsive liar. Yeah. Because what happens? They didn't take care of them when they're lying. Yeah. But now they're looking for sympathy. Yeah. We're getting sympathy all day long that this lady misses her daddy or her mommy, but she never took care of him when he was alive. No. So, never. So you go in for the death shot, you post it all over, and you pretend you're a great person. You pretend you're a great Christian, but the only thing you are is a sociopath with no empathy. So let's continue the story. Son went to saw the mom, very critical on her dying bed. Probably he did a death shot too. He asked mom, what can I do for you? She's dying, what can I do for you? A little bit late, huh? Yeah. A little bit late, low-life bastards. Mom replied, listen to this, how mom replied. This is the good point. Mom replied, install fans in the old age home. There are none. Also put a fridge for the betterment of food, because many times I slept with no food. It gets better. Son was surprised and asked the mom, while you were here, you never complained. Now you have few hours left to live, and you told me all this. Why? So why is the mother telling him to do all these things to the old folks home that's probably a rundown shithole, right? Yeah. And this is how the mom replied. This is the best part of them all. And that's why I hope these relatives are listening, because this is your future. This is your future. Mom replied, "It's okay, dear. I managed with the heat, the hunger, and pain. But when your children will send you here, I'm afraid you will not be able to manage." So the mother's saying to the absentee son, I want to get this thing done because when your children send you here, you won't be able to manage it, right? She warned him to take care of what I left behind and said this is why she wants to modernize the old age home, because she feared that one day, perhaps, his children would abandon him there and he would experience what she did. Now this is the grand finale. This is what I say to all these relatives who abandoned like a rat on a sinking ship, like a rat would abandon a person on a sinking ship. Here's the final words. What you give is what you get.
Yeah.
Ha! What you give is what you get.
Yeah.
So all these people hiding out, going to the beach, avoiding, what you give is what you get. Don't you agree with all that?
Yeah. Well, the woman sitting here this afternoon, the daughter coming to see her, gave her a kiss, and I'll see you, Mom, and she left the woman here alone.
Yeah. It's not easy getting old. Mr. Jeckovich has got it made. He's got a beautiful, beautiful family with him, and he has no money troubles. He got plenty of that. So he's having a very good life. But this is what someone else could experience. So we have to have empathy. We have to have empathy. Without empathy and love, we have nothing. We can't be hiding out, saving our little dollars, and pretending we have a good life. When you don't take care of your parents, you don't have a good life. You're evil, you're pure devastating evil. And in fact, this lady that I'm talking about, she's the type of person that if you're on life support, she would unplug it just so she could plug in her cell phone.
Yeah.
That's how horrible some of these bastards are.
Yeah.
But what you give is what you'll get, right?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Well, let's do this. I got about 100 text messages for you. Some of them aren't too heavy, but they might be important to the person that wrote them. Do you feel up to it?
Okay, yeah.
You feel up to it? Okay, like I said, if there's something you don't like to answer, Mr. Jeckovich, simply don't. Simply don't. Mr. Jeckovich, what is usually your first thought when you wake up?
What's the first time I wake up?
Yeah, what's your first thought?
Find out what my day's going to be like.
And your days are usually good, because you have a lot of company. Mr. Jeckovich, do you have any phobias?
Anyway?
Any phobias?
Phobias? No.
No. Mr. Jeckovich, what is your favorite scent of a candle or a room deodorant spray? What's your favorite smell?
Probably strawberry.
Strawberry? Okay. Mr. Jeckovich, because you're in the military, that's why this question's coming. And you told us the barn story when Patton threw you out of the barn. But this is the reason why this question's coming, Mr. Jeckovich. Where is the strangest place you've ever fallen asleep?
Falling asleep? In the barn.
Tell us about that when Patton kicked your ass out.
Yeah, he got kicked our ass out, and we were out in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock. He spotted Jeep out there. I told Lake to camouflage so nobody sees it. He didn't do a very good job.
And what happened?
Well, Patton seen it.
He came in?
He said, what are you guys doing here? Get your ass up there, grab the next checkpoint. Go.
You didn't have no sleep. You just laid down, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So that was the most unusual place you slept. Wow. Mr. Jeckovich, what makes the party boring?
What makes the party boring?
Yeah.
Some people bragging about themselves.
Yeah. That's a good point. Minutes, please. People are always bragging nowadays.
Yeah.
I think it's an epidemic where everyone puffs themselves up.
5 minutes.
I think it's an epidemic. That's a good point. Everyone's puffing themselves up and bragging. And I think this all relates to Facebook. They're always in there bragging. They're great athletes. They're great musicians.
Yeah.
They're great business people.
Great personality.
Great personalities. And then listen, they're only hurting themselves. I'll tell you the reason why. Because when they lie so much continually, they believe it. And once you believe you're a great person, but you're basically broke, it takes away an opportunity for you to become a great person.
Yeah.
You know? Because everyone says they're so smart, they're so talented, but here's the litmus test. If you're so smart, down to basics is this. Why aren't you rich? Because rich is easy to accomplish, to make lots of money if you're smart. And then if you haven't accomplished that, you're really not smart. You're fooling yourself. And that's a fact of life. And that's a fact of life. Okay. Let's see. Mr. Jeckovich, if the local newspaper were running a story on your life, what would the headline say?
What?
If a local newspaper was running a story
You want the headline?
what would the
Yeah.
headline about you say?
World War II's, World War II's entire life.
I love that, yeah. Mr. Jeckovich, when you were a boy on 3063 Orleans Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York, there was many vacant houses on your street.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Dirt roads. Dirt roads, right?
Yeah.
This is why this question's coming to you. When you were a boy on 3060 Orleans Avenue, did you raise chickens for fresh eggs?
No, never.
I wonder why you didn't. That would have been a great opportunity to.
The woman across the alley had chickens. Yeah.
Did you ever have their eggs?
No, no.
Mr. Jeckovich, where does your ancestors come from?
My father came from Russia. My mother came from Poland.
So basically, 100 years ago, maybe more than 100 years ago, Niagara Falls was basically set up predominantly Italians, Russians, Polish, and Greeks, right?
Yeah.
And now what do you think it is?
It's all mixed up.
How do you think it is in Niagara Falls now?
Niagara Falls is dead.
Gone.
You're gone. It's gone. Yeah.
So you're lucky in a way that you had a beautiful time.
When
You had it when there was actually mansions in Niagara Falls.
yeah.
Beautiful mansions, right?
Well, Frank Tone was
Oh,
there.
okay, let's talk about that. You worked for Tone, which was a movie star dating Greta Garbo. Tell us what work you did for him.
Well, my father put stone windows up for him, took them down, we put a food salad downstairs for him, and we put I built a dollhouse for his daughter, Sally.
Minute and a half.
And that was a mansion.
Yeah.
And by the way, Tone's father was a primary owner of Carbrunda,
Yeah.
which is still a large factory today. And he got your father a job there,
Yeah.
and he got your mother a job there.
Yeah.
And not only that, Tone Sr. went to Cornell, and he got your brother into Cornell.
Yeah.
Wow. And that house is located at 151 Buffalo Avenue.
Wow.
All the Tones, and that was right on the falls. You would open up your back window and you hear the falls roar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Beautiful piece of land, a great piece of property. And then in 60s, everyone was dead, 1960, and the house is bulldozed down, and now it's still today called the Parkway Apartments.
Yeah.
They built a high-rise there.
Yeah.
Did you ever go in that high-rise?
No, no.
Wow. Wow. And did you build something for Tone's daughter, Sally?
A dollhouse, yeah.
Dollhouse. Wow. Could you describe what that would look like?
The dollhouse?
Yeah.
Well, it was a dollhouse probably 30 by 30, and it had a door on it, windows on it, and I put siding on it, and I put a roof on it. It was a regular house, regular little house.
Did your mother work there too?
Well, my mother worked there cooking and watched the kids.
What do you remember about those mansions, the
10 seconds.
beautiful work of the woodwork? What do you remember of the woodwork on those mansions?
Oh, they're lovely, all varnished up. they're not painted, they're all slicked up with shellac and everything else.